Man, that's gotta hurt. Come on. What's up guys? Welcome to my top Ippon video where I break down the top Ippons at the 2021 World Championships. It's a long one, so the newas is at the end if you want to check that out. And also, I just hit 40,000 subscribers, so thanks very much to everyone. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure to do that. Like the video, it really helps a lot. Fonseca now, and this Osotogari, it's kind of like he's doing a Sode and an Osoto at the same time. Real unique to him. Damian from Russia now, and he has the top grip, which isn't good for Uranage, but once you get that underhook on the opposite side, right here, that's when you go for it. Such lift, such a powerful guy, Damian. Nagasawa now, little Kosoto, and jumps in for the Uchimata. Watch his front foot. His front foot's very interesting. Doesn't touch the mat as he goes in. See that? Really, really high level stuff right there. Nice Kosoto now, and similar grip to Damian before. Over the top and underneath. It's a great way to do it and an awesome way to counter someone. Hand over the top, and then once he goes in, he grabs around the belt, steps in with his foot. Brilliant counter, and it must be something the Russians practice because everyone seems to do it. Bobanov versus Shirazdishvili now, and Shirazdishvili he pulled it out in the final with this amazing Ochigari. Hand around the back, Bobanov goes in for the Kosoto Gake, but Shirazdishvili turns it the other way. Amazing Ochigari Ippon. Now if you want to see a textbook Seoi Nage, this is it, little foot sweep. And then he generates so much space. The space that he generates here is just picture perfect. Goes in effortlessly. Look at that. That's beautiful. And this is a fabulous Ippon. Nothing wrong with it. No Hansokumake at all. Great Yagura Nage by Givanashvili. Wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. So looking for the hand over the top now, as Givanashvili loves. And he's got the opposite sleeve, as you see. Hooks the leg. Key point to hook the leg for Yagura Nage. Goes over. Beautiful Ippon. Beautiful Ippon. A classic Kosoto fake here. Goes in for the Uchimata and then goes for the Kosoto. Could be an Osoto. Either is fine, but this fake into the Kosoto is a beautiful technique to do. Left versus right. Wonderful stuff. Grigolashvili now, and this is probably my favorite Ippon of the entire tournament. It's just an amazing sequence. Cross grip, foot sweep, breaks the grip but doesn't do it entirely, so it's not an illegal grip break. Hand around the belt after another foot sweep. Underhook on the opposite side and a Kosoto Gake. That is some really high level stuff. We'll give Grigolashvili's opponent a bit of time as well. Chochi here with an insane Osotogari. His opponent bounces off the mat. Look at this. Boom! Come on. That's so good. I know he's trying to escape, but still, such a powerful Osoto there. Grigolashvili again against DeWitt. Seoe Otoshi jumping in there. On the sleeve side. Beautiful work there. This next one, I'm not sure if it has a name. I'm just going to call it Tewaza because the legs aren't doing much. It's all upper body, all Kazushi. Wonderful Ippon there. And someone from Tokai University told me this, but you can hook your elbow behind their knee. Watch this. Look at the hook. See that hook with his elbow? So it is technically a Kochigari maybe, but wonderful nonetheless. Here is Turaev, and I love this one because it's just really rare to see someone do a Kosoto Gake from a Sode. Very, very rare sequence there. I love that combination. And this is Gaitaro getting thrown for a very, very nice Kochi Makikomi. Now these guys are just going at it. Gaitaro's got his hands around the back, but he's really just defending. Almost gets a pickup here, but worse grips after all, and a wonderful Kochi Makikomi. And this judoka, Minko from Belarus, if you go to Judo Base and look up his name, his favorite technique is, get this, Kani Basami. But anyway, probably less Kani Basami and more of this will do well for Minko. but just really does well to stay strong in the position, defend the uranage from gaitero, and get the throw. Wonderful combination now from Shamshadin, goes in for a seoi nage and then goes the opposite direction. A nice all sotogari, so dropping in, right-sided and then left-sided. Lovely drive there in the all soto. It's almost an all soto otoshi, beautiful work. And this is Koga getting countered. I guess it's an uchimata, but wonderful work from Kokolaev, the Israeli judoka here. He was really giving a lot of problems for Koga, and I do think that frustration led to this wonderful throw. So a lot of people, when they drop down for a seoi nage, they might get up and go again, but this is pretty unique. Drop down seoi nage, stand up, and then go for a tani otoshi. This is really good. And if you think about where his hands are when he goes in for a seoi nage here, it's just perfect. It's just perfect. So I'd like to see more people try this combination. I think it's a good one, and people should really utilize it in their judo. No combinations here, but this one really speaks to the importance of stepping. Watch how he steps out to the side before going into his osotogari. Just makes that leg a little bit closer. It's kind of like an L step. And then he gets close enough, just hooks the leg in there. I really like that way to do also the lead with the leg. I mean, they don't teach it that way, but sometimes it is effective. And I really like this from Lasuk. So judoka in white, he makes the mistake of grabbing the shoulder, and that just makes it easier for Lasuk to go in for the makikomi. Just as he changes grips there, he's in. Harai goshi makikomi, really big lift, powerful throw, lovely ippon. So white goes in for an ochigari, but blue's got both hands on the belt, and then as he goes in for a yaguro nage, just gets countered by the Egyptian judoka there. Like one hand on the belt already, and then as he goes in, he's got his hands locked pretty much. So I don't think you're going to be doing much there. Wonderful ippon, great counter. Next up, a lovely uchimata, and you don't see Koreans doing uchimata much, but this is a wonderful uchimata by Kim. So he gets the grips first, and just like Maruyama, once you got the grips, you want to go, so he gets the sleeve, he's got the lapel, and judoka in white just can't get a good grip on his lapel, so perfect timing, perfect opportune time to jump in there for an uchimata. Next up, another series of attacks that lead to an epic ippon, and blue now with the underhook gets the ogoshi. And I'm just going to come out and say this, but I think 90% of the time the judoka who gets the underhook is going to throw. I mean, the Azerbaijan judoka, he's doing well here to grab in a lower position around the belt, but 90% of the time I do think grabbing... Okay, never mind then, you can grab top grip if you want as well. Doesn't matter who's got the underhook. Look at this. Beautiful uranage. He's got the top grip and the sleeve, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Right, next up, Shamilov, and I love tomoe nages into newaza. Actually, I said I'd put the newaza ippons at the end, but there's a bit of a combination, so why not? And this kind of tomoe nage, this rolling tomoe nage, going on the side. Look, he's skirting to the side as he's going in for it, generating momentum, and then straight on the arm, thumb upwards, beautiful ippon. Right, next up, flicker, and this is probably one of the best seoi nages of the tournament. Great drop down, probably a seoi otoshi, but just perfect execution. There's no rolling, he's flat on his back, and if that was on the street, that would hurt. Right, Hashimoto now, and gripping in the very strange way that he does, and pulls out this wonderful seoi otoshi in the midst of golden score. So he's got a deep sleeve grip, and then once he gets the opposite side lapel, he's jumping in there, looking cool as he does. And next up we've got Turaev again, and that's two ippons in this video, so showing he is an ippon machine, this time with an uchimata, so left first right, and just steps in there, beautiful timing, gets a bit of lift, Koga with this lovely combination, Ochi, Kochi, Osoto. We'll see it again. And the Ochi and the Kochi, they're just little stabs, breaking balance, flicking, breaking balance again, and then going in there as she's going backwards. Beautiful work. Angvari from Hungary gets this kind of interesting Kochi Makikomi on Sendochu. I don't think Sendochu was expecting it in any form. There was a bit of a delay in his attack, but he stands up and goes for it, so it is allowed. Lee now with an Ippon Seoi Nage. And where would we be in a top Ippons video without a Korean Seoi Nage? But I mean, what is there to say? He just stands there, jumps underneath, and gets a beautiful Ippon. So if you've got technique, then you don't really need fakes or combinations. You can just jump in there and do it. Now I feel for Esposito here. He looked good, he looked like he was attacking, but Manoukian from the Ukraine just showing him that he's got the better osoto, even though it is a counter. But look at this, hooks the leg, bit of lift, and he does it off two sleeves too. Boltabayev now, and just a wonderful uranage counter to a foot sweep. And Boltabayev, he did this twice throughout the day, just looking for counters and getting them when they came to him. Really high level stuff to counter foot sweeps like that. Now this drop down sode, I really like it because he's moving from an overhand grip. Things aren't looking well for him there, even though he gets a foot sweep off, but then as soon as he grabs that other sleeve, dropping down in there, drops down really deep as well. So that's a beautiful drop down sode. And how about that for a drop down Ippon Seoi Nage? That was fast. That was fast. Look at this. So off the grips, he's waiting for white to grip. That's beautiful work. Malai now, taking the underhook, which I did recommend before, and showing us all that it is true. 90% of the throws, whoever has the underhook is gonna get it. And the great thing about Malai's judo is he stays really low, and then he lifts people up, so it makes them easier to throw. And then just sitting back on the leg here, really low, beautiful uranage, textbook, technically perfect. And Malai, he's a great judoka. Okay, Blue's got the underhook. Blue's got the underhook. Blue's gonna pick him up. Blue's gonna get it. Nope. Big mistake. Couldn't complete his throw. And gets mounted by White. So let's see what he did wrong. He gets the grip underneath. Goes in for the bear hug. And then he's got a hand on the lapel. Steps over the foot. Lifts up the other leg. But I think this was just White being very aware. He had that left hand free and just turned it towards Blue, landed on top. Great work. Grigilashvili now. And this is a classic combination. You don't get the first one, go again. And he moves from a hand around the belt, jumps in when Blue goes for an overhand grip, but then Blue does it again, and this time he pays for it. Pays for it. Also Togari now. And that was right on the buzzer, right? Right at the end of the match, just as time runs out. Beautiful Osoto. It's good to do Osoto when people have that arm there in the armpit. It's easy to squish it in once you get that hook with the leg. So good selection of technique choice there for the Georgian. Cass now with his Ippon Seoi Nage. And if you watch this slowly, Blue's arm looks really dangerous. Don't put your arm down on the mat like this, guys. Watch this. Ouch! You don't want to put your hand there. Don't put your hand there. So beautiful Ippon Seoi Nage by Cass. Boltabayev again now, looking for that counter. And the beautiful thing about this is Boltabayev goes in the direction that Blue's trying to throw. So he overwhelms him. Blue's trying to throw behind him, but Boltabayev overwhelms him in that direction. Next up, this is a long one from Murao, and just a real sequence of leg sweeps and foot sweeps and uchimata attempts and ochigari attempts. But look at what he's doing with his left hand. Mokano, the taller judoka, trying to get a big hand over the top, and Murao is just stabbing that hand in his face, keeping the distance. And Murao definitely has the better of the grips on the sleeve. And it's just a matter of time, really. Just a matter of time. Now you don't see this throw that often, Hashiguruma, but really well executed by the Israeli judoka Kuchman. And just a really high lapel grip there, right around the shoulder. Best place that you want it, just around the collarbone. And Mungai now, and this is a really nice Ippon Seoi Nage. So he's not turning 180 degrees, he's turning in a way so blue will come onto his back halfway. So as he turns here, then he goes in. And so the momentum puts him on his back, and that's a great Ippon Seoi Nage. Tough here, and if you're short and you want to do Uchimata, that's how you do it. So hand around the belt or around the back, I think that makes it easier for shorter judoka. I'm a taller guy myself, so I wouldn't really know how to do it this way, but changes direction, jumps in there. Nice Uchimata from Toth. I didn't realize he could do Uchimata, but looks like he can, and that was a great one. Bobanov now, Yagura Nage, and it starts out like he's going to commit, but then he realizes that he can't quite get it and changes direction, unlike the guy who just got thrown on his back for trying the same thing. So good awareness by Bobanov. Botuga now, and you're just not going to throw him with Osoto there. Look, Botuga has the high lapel grip, so that stops White from turning his head in that direction. And then as he goes in, he gets the sleeve grip, and he's got the dominant grip stand. Here's a lovely Uchimata. And Blue just had no grips, nothing to offer White. See how White's got the sleeve grip, but Blue doesn't really have his own sleeve grip. He's also got the top hand, and White just uses that against him, rotating the shoulder well there. Similar Ippon to Mungai now, by the Swedish judoka. And I love how he goes down low, but he's in a bit of a lunge, and then he just stands up a bit, gets a bit of air time. So really strong Ippon Seoi Nage here. Iliadis style, 2 hands on the lapel. Here we have another big boy Seoi Nage. And look how fast he gets down there. Sometimes I can't believe how fast these big boys can move sometimes. Look at that. Breaks the grip, jumps in there. Beautiful work. And if you want to see how to do a textbook Uchimata, this is it. Ida from Japan. I love the little shuffle at the beginning. Right there. And then he goes in, just lining up his angle of attack. Some beautiful work. Al Nahas from Canada now. Deep tricep grip. Underhook as well. Gets the Ogoshi. I'm telling you guys, 90% of people who get the underhook get the throw. Look at this. Blue doesn't even have a grip, and he's too close. Too close. You need to be far away to defend that. Fonseca now. And I should really put this at the beginning of the video. Come on, look at that Sode. Beautiful Sode. Breaks the grip off. And then he just fakes, drops down, and then stands up and goes in again. Come on. Fonseca, he was on such form that day. Beautiful Sasai. It's the first Sasai of this video, and the last. Right, next up, look at White. He's got a really deep grip on the opposite side, underneath his armpit, and over the top around the back. So if you want that underhook, you need to have it on the opposite side as well. Fonseca against Coral, and going in for that Sode again, faking the Osoto, because Fonseca, his Osoto is dangerous. So Coral reacts to it, and then just gets thrown for the sode, shaking his head. Can't believe it. But Coral, you know, didn't have a bad day himself and came out with this nice little kataguruma. I want to call it the inside kataguruma or the reverse kataguruma, because he's not going on the traditional outside, he's going inside. But a nice technique nonetheless. A lovely little uchimata contest here. So blue goes in for his own uchimata, but white has the better grips. He's got the inside grip, and it's high above the chin, elbow tucked under his armpit. So perfect positioning for an uchimata. Look at this, gets his grip, and it's in the perfect position. Counters that kosokogake. Beautiful work by the Estonian judoka. How often do you see an Estonian judoka? Right, hand on the belt now. And a nice uchimata by Torobaev. Kind of like Shirazishvili here, taking a page out of his book. If you're tall and lanky, and you like that long overhand grip, go for the uchimata like this. Why not? And Kim now, with a kosoto on the far leg, and he goes in at the same time. So I find this really interesting that he goes in for it. He was looking for it, I guess. Right, next up, how often do you see a heavyweight do a standing seoi nage? So there's beautiful work by the Ukrainian judoka here, doing a bit of an L step, and that loads him up on his back. Come on, you don't see standing seoi nages at heavyweight. That's amazing. Maya now with a really nice ochigari. Looks to turn it into an uchimata, but then just keeps going forward. Look at that. Inside grip. And as I said, elbow around the armpit. Great work there. And we're into the newaza now. So a nice bow and arrow choke. And that looks really bad for the spine with that grip on the knee. Nice haraigoshi here at the heavyweights. So white pushes forward with a couple of steps and then jumps in there. So the momentum was already heading in that direction. And he's got the inside grip high around the collar. White didn't like it, he actually changed grips midway. And Maya as well, I didn't get this. Maya's trying to say, this is not tachiwaza. But I guess it's too late by now. And he ends up getting choked out. And the Georgian coach, the medical man, comes running over actually. But he's okay, he's up now. I think the ref should have been on that earlier, but whatever. And I did say the newaza is at the end of this video, and there's only like 2 newaza Ippons, so sorry about that. Planning is not my strong suit, but let's enjoy Tsunoda's little armbar here. And that's it from me, guys. Sorry if this video is too long, but I had to include all these awesome Ippons. And like, subscribe for the video, it helps me out, and I will see you guys later.